Elon. What an enigma this man is. He had a sit down with Jordan Peterson some months back. The video has been making its rounds all of a sudden because of a portion of the video. Uh, I will let you guys hear it. And then we'll kind of dig back into Elon's history when it comes to this topic that he's about to discuss and how his view so coincidentally has changed about the topic he's talking about. But he does say something quite off the wall. Now, it's not that far off based if you know Elon now. But we're going to have you listen. And now you can tell me what you think of what he's saying. If it's hard to hear, I will make sure I try to be the translator for you so you can hear what he says clear. Here we go.
You said you were up till 4 in the morning?
Yeah, so, actually a little more like 5 in the morning. But okay. We got the X.AI data center or supercomputer center training from beginning installation to start of training in 19 days, which is the fastest that anyone has ever gotten a supercomputer to train.
AI, by the way, just FYI, he's talking about supercomputers and AI. I have to make sure to interject that so we have a complete good platform to stand on, because we are about to have a nice SpaceX liftoff here.
And is that in that new building off to the side?
That's in Memphis, actually.
Now, remember, we talked about Memphis. We talked about him having that facility out there, that big facility. That's going to come in handy here.
Memphis.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's where you were?
Yeah.
I see.
Memphis, the capital of ancient Egypt.
Right. Yeah, you're bringing what?
Perhaps that's where our new God will come from.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Yeah, I wish that was funny.
Perhaps that's where our new God will come from. I'm gonna back it up again so you can hear it yourself. Okay, this is a little bit clear. Jordan Peterson seems a little bit taken aback by the statement and is trying to kind of rush by it and said, "I wish it was funny." Okay.
Off to the side?
That's in Memphis, actually.
It's in Memphis.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's where you were?
Yeah.
I see.
Memphis, the capital of ancient Egypt.
Right. Yeah, you're bringing what?
Perhaps that's where our new God will come from.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. Yeah, I wish that was funny. Yeah, okay, so I want to talk to you about alignment.
I wish that was funny.
Yeah.
It was funny. Jordan didn't think it was too funny. Jordan felt a little bit awkward there for a second, where he was like, whoa, it's not that funny. Why would you suggest that maybe our new God will come from your AI production plant in Memphis? Now, if you listen, he said Memphis being where it was the capital. Now, he's talking about a bunch of these gods is where he's really talking about. Okay, so it's not like he's unaware of what he's trying to say. He's very much aware of what he's trying to say. And in fact, that was his doubling down on what he was saying. But it seems a little bit different than his thoughts 10 years ago about AI. When asked 10 years ago about AI, this is what he had to say.
And a warning from Tesla Motors CEO Elon Musk. It has nothing to do with cars. Instead, Musk warns about artificial intelligence, which he has called more dangerous than nuclear weapons. Musk spoke at a symposium at MIT.
It's more dangerous than nuclear weapons. Huh. Well, let's see what he really says about it. Because, you can only take some other person's word so much. There's no way he has that drastic of a change. Or is there?
I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon.
Oh, well, okay. Well, maybe I was wrong. With artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. So hold on, Elon. You went from AI being a summoning of a demon to 10 years future, AI might produce for us our new God. Now, we've told you before, we are unsure about this man. We've shown you the outfits, the background he has, the Neuralink thing. And while fiscally, when it comes to governmental work, we can appreciate what he did, that does not mean by any stretch of the imagination that we are okay with his person. His person might possibly be the catalyst for things that are supposed to come about that might bring about the end of times, for all we know, if you believe in that kind of stuff, that is. Well, I'm going to back it up so he can get a full trend, a running start of what he has to say. All right, so here we go. Back it up. Say it now, Mr. Elon Musk.
I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, you sure you can control the demon? Didn't work out.
I take it there will be no HAL 9000 going up to Mars.
HAL 9000 would be easy. It's way more complex, and I mean, it would put HAL 9000 to shame. Yeah, I like puppy dog.
I like puppy dogs. HAL 9000, for those of you who may not know about HAL 9000, it was a fictional artificial intelligence in the Space Odyssey in 1968 film, 2001 Space Odyssey. It was that artificial intelligence thing. It was the main antagonist in the film. If you watch it, you'll see exactly why I say it would be more dangerous than that. But now, all of a sudden, he's having a different mindset about it, bringing in to fruition a god. So why would he say that? Well, because now he's involved in it. You see, now that Elon is making money off of AI when it comes to both his cars, digital footprinting, Neuralink, and now this Memphis facility where he's trying to make supercomputers in order to advance technology, AI all of a sudden doesn't seem to fit the bill that he talked about, where people are conjuring the demons and thinking they have holy water, and he said, oh, they wouldn't be working. We see how that turns out. Look at, okay, you've seen The Mummy? Some of you may have. The old Mummy. I'm not talking about the Tom Cruise one. I'm talking about the Brandon Fraser one. There was a scene, I think it was in part 2. I think it was 2. Don't hold me to that. It was either 1 or 2, where these men were going into the tomb, and the inscriptions, and one of the guys was saying, don't open that, don't do it, and he's like, oh, whatever, and he just does what he has to do, and then the mummy comes around. It was 1, and then the mummy comes up, boom, problems. You see? And so this went from don't touch it, it could be dangerous, bringing a demon on earth, all hell will break loose, to now God. Because yes. Now, people, look, I have no doubt, and I've been saying this for a while, I have no doubt that this technology of AI will make people believe something is occurring that does not actually occur. People have been wondering for years, how are they going to flesh out the acts of the Bible? Are they going to be real? Is it going to be something we see on TV? Is it going to be fake? Is it what? Now, with AI, especially with holograms being advanced, is it possible that what they could be planning to do to try and make people believe certain things, that they take imagery from that book and bring it to life to make people believe that something is occurring that isn't occurring? Could Elon be right? But not right because he's intelligent, but right because he's the one that's the architect behind it. That he is the one that will actually create certain images to make people believe something, and he's at the helm of it, and might actually be the one that will come forward and say, don't worry, we got this under control. It might be a stretch, but at the same time, I've seen some AI videos floating around, just TikTok alone, that makes you think to wonder, what is going on with the world? What is going on? I think, is it VO? I think it's VO is the name of it. They have this new AI generation program now, and they can do just about anything you want if you enter the right prompts, and it looks real. And when I say real, it looks real. Like you almost can't tell whether it is people or a production. Occasionally, if they prompt in the wrong thing, you might see some disintegration in their movements, or they might have a glitch or once in a while. But for the majority, if you know how to do it, you can make people believe something happened that didn't happen. Is Elon at the forefront of all of this with this whole Memphis facility and trying to create what he considers a AI god? after seeing it as a demon, does he really still think it is a demon, but thinks now he can control it and wants to brand it as something else, but mask it in a joke? Well, we know the kind of outfits he wears when he's at his galas. We were all very concerned about whether or not he had a hand in any of the ritualistic things that might have taken place at these particular events. Well, we may have our answer. We may now know whether or not what he's been using to say, I believe in a higher power, or I believe there is something called a God. Maybe he was saying all of that to implement this right here, where he's the one that will bring about his own version of God and introduce it to people as all-knowing. Hey, we may be wrong. We may not know what we're talking about, but if you think so, let us know. If you think that we're completely off base, let us know. But if you see what we see and have the same questions we have, please let us know that too. We look forward to reading your comments on this one.